the Ascended Cast. This is John Sanchez.
It's your boy Shiloh.
Matt.
And we got our special guest today. Would you like to introduce yourself?
And it's your boy, Mr. Smooth, real name Anthony.
There we go. So, this is Shiloh. This is your protege.
This is if God created a man that was like me, but as a Caucasian, nice, slender man, it is Mr. Smooth right here. And the reason why I say this, everyone, is because our personalities, funny enough, even our storytelling,
Yeah.
is scary identical.
It really is.
Mainly because we don't think before we speak.
Nope.
So yes, this is one of our gym bros. This is one of the guys that John and I, especially, you know, as we've been working out, that this is one of our lights, man. This guy is hilarious. It's been a fun time since we've known you, my man. So let's go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about yourself, man.
Yeah. So, as you already know, I'm Mr. Smooth. That's my nickname, actual name Anthony. And I guess I'll start my story that I have a learning disability, which is called auditory processing, which means that when someone says something to me, it probably won't hit me right away. It will take me some time to learn it, or sometimes it could be you saying A, and I might be thinking B, so I might be thinking the total opposite of what you're actually saying. So in those cases, I would usually say, "What do you mean by that?" and ask them for a visual a description of what they actually mean, so I know what they're actually talking about.
Okay. So you're kind of like a classic example of like what I'm saying isn't what like you're receiving. Sometimes. Yeah. Okay. So that's interesting. So how, did you kind of deal with that like your whole entire life, like from childhood, or I guess that you found out later?
Well, personally, me, I didn't find out until middle school, but I actually did have it for my whole entire life. But the only reason why I had to find out in middle school is because back when I was little, I didn't know I had a learning disability until my parents told me about it.
Okay. So you were kind of before just like, okay.
Yeah.
Just going through life.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Don't mind me.
No, that's cool. Like I said, and that's what's cool about that, and I think it's great for people to interact with you and learn from you, because I think you're like a learning lesson for some people. It's like, because a lot of people don't realize like what you say isn't necessarily the way people interpret it, and like for you, like that's like literally figuratively. Like sometimes like what I'll say, the way I say it won't be how you understand it. So I think that's a great lesson for a lot of people, like working with you, because I think it helps them explain things better or learn how to communicate in some instances, because not everything that we say is understood in the way that we're trying to tell it.
Yeah, because what do you say? Yeah, because you probably might say, well, at least back then, when people say training cats and dogs, I'll take it by its actual meaning of bringing cats and dogs.
Yeah.
But then
I don't think the cats and dogs.
You were looking around, you're just like, everybody's been lying to me.
Yeah.
This is just rain.
Yeah, so when it's something like that's a bit harder for me to understand until someone explains it for me, then it gets easier throughout my lifetime.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'll take it by its literal meaning, because I take stuff kind of literally.
Mm-hmm. And that can be kind of difficult, because like I feel like, especially in like our like culture, we use like so many little like figurative speech things. So like in school, or just like maybe in social settings, like someone can say something, and like for you, it's like, okay, I'm taking it figuratively, like this is what they mean. So
yeah, sometimes it'll be that way, and yeah, I could be taken in the wrong way, and I might be saying something wrong, and sometimes it does get me in trouble sometimes.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And during those times, I'm wondering, why am I in trouble? Because I was like, I'm just saying the exact same thing what you just said, but I don't know. Well, at least what I think what I know what it means, but it's not what it really means.
Okay, that's interesting then.
Yes. So like sarcasm and like stuff like that. When people are joking with you, sometimes it's a little bit harder for you because you don't know if that's a joke or not, right?
Yeah, especially with new people that I meet, it's that's when it gets the hardest for me. Because when I first met you guys,
And I'm going to say, I'm so sarcastic, so I'm a difficult person that probably was to get along with.
yeah, because once I first get to know a person, then I'll get to know when they're playing and when they're not playing around.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm playing around with 90% of the time. So, yeah. I'm sorry if I did anything where you interpreted it the wrong way. But yeah, 90% of the time I'm messing around.
Oh no, you're good.
Alright, cool. Good to know.
Sensational.
So let me ask you. No, I'll talk about this later because we're going to bring it up later.
Yeah, you want to bring it up later?
One example, I was going to ask him about nocturnal because I use a lot of figurative language at nocturnal, so but we'll go talk about that later.
There was a lot of figurative language.
Yeah, there was.
And he explained it to me at the gym of what actually meant.
I'm pretty interested in that.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, man.
I didn't know a lot of things about that night.
It all started with the freaking shiesty. It all started with the shiesty. Actually, no, it all started with shadow boxing.
Yeah, I did.
Shadow boxing and figurative language. Before we left. Oh my god. Smooth. Let's go ahead and talk about. You're a big baseball guy, huh? So,
Yeah.
So talk to me about growing up, sports with baseball, because I believe that's when maybe the origin story of Mr. Smooth might have been born, huh?
Yeah, because what do you say? I've been playing baseball. I always say ever since I came out my mom because it's been so long.
I like
So I always say 22 years, but probably like for a good 20 years maybe. And I've been playing, but yeah, I've been playing because my dad got me into it because he played baseball. Then he also made me into a New York Yankees fan because he's actually born and raised out in New York before he actually came all the way out here to California and met my mom.
Ah,
Yes.
I'm seeing it. So that's where you say New York Smooth comes out every once in a while.
Yankee smooth.
Yeah.
I always say that when I'm kind of out in the LA area because the LA area kind of gives me the New York vibes because the last time when I was out in New York, usually it doesn't change me, but since we were out there the last time for 2 weeks, it was actually changing me a little bit. And, I say I was, instead of being this really, really nice person, I was still a nice person, but I was getting a little bit more on the dominant side. And when I was over there, I had a tiny bit of a New York accent, but can't get that back. I can't get the New York side of me back, just not the New York accent back.
You got immersed into your homeland, and it's like.
So that's what it. But right when he touched down, his whole blood was just like, I'm home.
Yeah.
So your dad played baseball, Yankees fan.
Mhm.
So that was kind of like the main thing of like what drove baseball.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And he's the one that got me into it. Then I just fell in love with it and just played baseball basically my whole entire life.
Nice. So with that, with like your disability, how did that go into playing baseball? Did it affect it at all?
Honestly, I think it did, but I can't really remember.
You don't ever feel like it did? Like it probably did, but you don't feel like it did.
No, actually, I do remember a couple times where my coaches will be saying something verbally, but I wouldn't understand what they actually meant until they actually visually told me what it actually was.
So like when once you saw it versus being told it, you were like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it really is auditorial then, because
Yeah,
visually,
that's
like,
what
yeah.
it is, yeah.
So they're like, if you see something, you can understand it and be like, okay, no, this makes sense. But then if you hear it, you're kind of just like, wait, what? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
That's really, really interesting.
What position did you play?
Back when I was little, a little bit of everything, but when I got up to high school, I played travel ball, still playing a little bit of everything, but then they narrowed me down just as a pitcher only.
Oh,
So
wow.
now I've been a pitcher for
Lefty or righty?
righty sidearm.
Oh, sidearm?
Yeah.
Ooh, you the sidearm. Okay.
Yeah. Well, actually, there's a funny story about that. Every time I actually throw from that angle, my mind thinks I'm throwing up here actually, because that's what it feels like when I'm throwing right here actually. Because every time my dad says throw over the top, I'm always telling him I am, because it feels like I'm throwing up here, but in reality I'm throwing right here.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah. So there was times where they want me to change my arm angle all the way up here. Well, at least 3/4, and when I had to do that, I had to change my mind. That I actually was throwing up here, but in reality I was down right here 3/4 still. I was still lower than what I was.
Dang, wow.
So the natural, the sidearm part just came natural. Nobody coached me to do.
That's really interesting. That part of it is just like it's a positive because sidearms are really hard to come by. Especially what was your fastest ball?
I say on record, 83.
Yeah,
I'd say off record, I don't have no proof for it. I probably topped out at 85.
that's good. If you're in the high 70s, that's pretty solid for a sidearm.
I mean, it depends on what level you're looking at. Yes and no.
At high school, that's pretty good.
High school, yeah, that's about actually average.
Yeah, if at high school, if you're in the 80s, that's
Yeah.
good. That's really, really good. If you're on sidearm in the 80s,
Yeah.
that's good.
Mm-hmm. I'm liking that, Mrs. Moon. Look at you. You surprising me, brother. Look at that.
Are there people hitting 90s in high school?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's straight. Like that's just straight off sidearm.
Okay.
Yeah, like who was that we went with? I can't think of his name. Lamprey. Luke Lamprey.
Uh-huh.
Like he was barely in the 90s. Like barely in the 90s, and that was in sidearm.
Okay. And how much or how fast does like MLB get up to?
Like 100, 101, 102. Yeah.
Damn, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the average fastball up there is 95 now. Because
Yeah.
back in the early 2000s, I think it was 90, 92, and that's when my pitching coach Chad Zerby, he actually played for the San Francisco Giants.
Oh damn.
Yeah, and he actually he played for San Francisco Giants back when I think it was the 2001 World Series against the Angels, or 2002.
2002. Was it?
Yeah, because the only reason why I remember is that's the only World Series that the Angels has.
Yeah. Trust me, I know. You don't have to tell me.
Yeah, but when you see video of him, he got it. He nails it down. He was doing pretty good because they had to take out the starter at the beginning of the game and came in middle relief and pitched about I think like good 3-4 innings and shut them down. Nothing scored on them.
Sounds like Angels.
Solid.
But okay, so interesting. So you were a sidearm, 85. What made you want to be a pitcher? Was that kind of just like where you were the best at, or did you want to be a pitcher?
No, because every time I was watching the major leaguers, I always saw the pitcher, and I just end up loving pitching more than anything.
You know, play outfield, infield, catch, anything?
Yeah, I did back when I was little.
Yeah.
But here's a funny story about me pitching. My dad didn't really want me to pitch. He wanted me to be more of a position player, like a shortstop or outfielder. But for me, I mean, I liked it, but I didn't like it that much compared to pitching. And then once I got up to my freshman year, and what do you say? That's when I went into travel ball. Then that's when the coaches saw me as a pitcher, not as a position player anymore.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. So how was your high school career?
Well, there's two different parts of my high school career. There's my travel ball and my actual high school ball.
Okay.
I guess I'll start my freshman year because my freshman year, trying out for the team, the only experience I had was from Little League because I didn't have travel ball experience back then because I tried out and I didn't made it my freshman year. Then I think it was a month or two later, that's when my dad signed me up for this travel ball team called Phenom, and I saw a big difference in my playing skills, a lot better.
Playing travel ball?
Yeah. I was getting a lot better, throwing harder, and I was running a lot faster too because the stuff that they had you do at that level was a lot of running.
What does that look like as far as like? Because I know like we've had people like talk about AAU, like basketball, like how that looks like, but like your travel ball. Obviously, you're still going to school.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what does the practice schedule look like, and how is like the season game going to look like for you?
And normally it would be Tuesdays, Thursdays. It would be practice, and I think practice would start at 5, I believe. I can't remember the exact time, but I think somewhere around there. But Tuesdays, Thursdays, and then once it hits the weekend, that's when we would have tournaments, and then what do you say? That's when we would actually travel because the team I was with, we would travel out to Arizona a lot and San Diego.
Oh damn, okay.
Yeah. So every time we had the tournament, we would always have to travel to Arizona almost every week.
Dang, like that?
Yeah, because that's where all the big showcases and all the big tournaments are too.
Is that like what they do, like the spring training at Tempe, stuff like that? Yeah.
We actually get to be on the spring training field. That's what
Oh,
we
yeah,
were playing.
yeah.
Yeah, well, not on the actual spring training field, but on the practice spring training field. The only time when we would actually be on the spring training field if it was the championship.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool though.
Yeah.
That's cool. So then, like a travel ball, you said like kind of really sharpened up your skills, got you like as a better overall player.
Yeah, because we say the travel ball thing. The coaches I had, they did 2 things with the whole program. They would help you become a better player, but not only a better player, they would also be hard on you on your school, even though you say it's not really a school. They just want you to have good grades because since they're trying to help you play college baseball, they want you to have good grades. So every now and then they would say, go write an essay about something. I forgot what it was. It'd be like a 1-page paper, bring it, and if you didn't, then we would be running polls at the end of practice.
Oh wow.
Running poles?
Yeah.
That doesn't even sound fun, brother. What's running poles? Is it just like gassers or what? Like
No, where you just jog pulls, the foul pole to foul pole.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what we call them, basically,
Yeah.
poles.
Oh yeah, I was thinking of some different poles. So my bad.
Yeah. But
What were you really thinking, Shiloh? He's talking about baseball. What are you thinking?
Lord help me.
Yeah. You need Jesus.
But they would also say we also need to check your grades, so like grade checks and stuff. Even though it's not a high school team, they would also say, okay, bring your grades. And if let's say if you didn't have, if I remember right, I think C's or higher. If you
Like a 2.0?
yeah. What do you say? They would say, all right, you can't come to practice until you bring this grade up. And I think they would also say that for tournaments that they weren't allowed to come until they bring up the grade.
Wow.
Because the coach did that to some of the kids, but luckily I wasn't one of them.
That's good. That's cool. I like that because it's a positive reinforcement of like, hey, you're not just an athlete. Like, make sure you're taking care of your grades, make sure you're taking your schoolwork. Because at the end of the day, like you said, you want to go play college ball.
Yeah.
You want to go, and to get to college, you have to have good grades. So I like that.
Yeah, that was the whole point of the program. That was actually, when I first joined that program, that was actually the first time I actually thought about college in general, because when I was in high school, I didn't think about college at all, because after high school, I was like, college? And I was like, yeah, I don't want to do no more school. Not until I went to the Phenom team, and then they started talking about college baseball and what that has. I was like, you know what? Now I actually want to do college, mainly just for college baseball, but
You want to keep playing. So
Yeah.
That was that college was like the play, but I want to keep playing.
yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
So that's what actually made me thinking about starting college was baseball.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So that was your travel ball career, with
Yeah.
sense like going and doing like playing those tournaments every weekend, going all over the place. And then high school, you said was after travel ball.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, for me, it was for other kids that made the team. No. Yeah.
So was it a lot of kids that didn't make the team were playing travel ball, or was it like were there still kids that were playing both, or how was that?
Well, yeah, if you were on the high school team, yeah, you could do both until it was spring season. Then you can only do the high school ball.
Okay.
That was it. Yeah, because for me, since I wasn't on the high school team yet, I was just doing travel ball the whole way through. Then I was doing it my sophomore year too. Tried out again, and still didn't make it my first 2 years.
Oh dang.
Yeah. Then that's when I started going to my pitching coach, Chad Zerby, as I was talking about. Then my pitching was starting getting really good, and that's when I actually hit 83.
Oh, wow.
He was one of the main reasons because he helped me with my control and demand and velocity and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's dope. So you were like literally straight persistence. You just kept on working at your craft and working at your craft, and then you found that opportunity.
Yeah.
That's cool. I love that.
And actually that year for my travel ball, I was actually one of the best pitchers that we had on the team.
Ooh, you a smooth operator, huh? You was getting that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you. So your first 2 years, high school baseball didn't make it, but you said your third year, your junior year, did you make it?
Yeah, that's when I finally made it, but it's also because of the help of my pitching coach, because in high school ball, it's political. It's basically the people that you know, that's how you basically get in. Because once I brought up my pitching coach, Chad Zerby, he knows a lot of people because I told the high school coach that, and then that's how I made the team. Once I told him I'm pitching with Chad Zerby, that's how I made the team.
So was that more of like you just told them and they're like, okay, well if you're working with them, like cool. Or was it like that they like watch you throw and be like, okay, we can see that you're working with him and you're looking a lot better.
Yeah, they saw me throw because they saw how much better I was, but I think it's because since I told them that I was pitching with Coach Chad, they thought, all right, we'll take him now. Because back when I first tried out, I didn't really have any good coaching. It was just literally.
Interesting.
I like that. I mean,
Yeah, that's interesting. No, just like the politics of it, like that it goes that far. Like I was like, oh, like you just named up this guy and all of a sudden you have a spot.
Yeah.
That's really, really interesting.
did you end up playing your junior and senior year at all?
You know what? My junior year, I did, but I was injured when I first went in. I got tendonitis, I think, from my bicep to elbow or something like that. Yeah, but my senior year, I played a lot more because I wasn't injured at all.
So you was getting them. Do you have like a favorite game, Smooth? Was there ever a game that you remember like it was just a good game, whether you pitched good, you guys won a big game, you know, like was there ever a game in high school that you were like, I remember that game, that was a good game?
Or at least not on my high school team, not on my travel ball team yet.
Oh, let's talk about that. What were some games, man? So tell me about it.
Yeah, because from my junior year, coming off the injury, since I wasn't pitching that much, I went into the summer to my travel ball team again and started pitching for them. And that's when I actually started getting better again because with my ERA, I had a 0 ERA throughout my whole summer until the very last game. I think 2 kids scored on me.
Oh, so you
You
was
pulled
killing
a Kershaw.
Well, I wasn't really a starter. I was more of a mid reliever.
Oh, you're a reliever, okay.
Or a closer. That
Okay.
was my position.
Ooh, you were a closer?
Yeah, between those two, they would put me in. Because my coaches in travel ball, my dad and I recognized that they would always put me in tough situations where they would put me on, bases loaded, and we probably would have an out maybe. Because I remember this one time where my coach put me up. I think it was a guy first and third or bases were loaded. I can't remember that part, but the part I remember was the batter. He was already in the middle of a count, and they took out the picture, so I had to deal with the account that I was already behind on 2-0. He already had 2 balls and no strikes on him.
Oh,
And-
so they brought you in mid
Yeah. During his middle.
yeah.
That was the first time that actually happened to me. So I went up there. I was like, oh, okay, I don't care. I just got a pitch. That's what I did, and I went up there. First pitch was a strike already, so it was already 2-1. And then I got up to a second strike, so I already made it to my favorite 2-2. Then the third pitch I threw was a ball. Then the last pitch I threw got us out the damn, and he hit a small blooper to short and tagged the runner at second. We were out the inning.
With double play?
Yeah, because we had one out, so we got out the inning.
Nice.
So everyone was happy that they put me in because they were about to score on us, but nobody
Yeah.
scored on me. So,
Oh.
that was during the year where I had the 0 ERA too.
That's good. So you like those moments then? Like you kind of just go into those moments just like, all right,
Yeah,
it's gonna pitch.
Yeah, because my travel ball coaches, they kind of purposely put us in those situations so we could get used to it. So the more times that they put me into it, I guess got more comfortable with the pressure that was there.
Hey, Mr. Smooth.
Mr.
Was
Smooth.
that your travel ball name or was that?
Well,
Tell me the origin story about Mr. Smooth.
actually, yeah, about that, it goes back to me wanting to play college baseball, and my coach noticed me back my freshman year that I was growing facial hair already, and he said I needed to shave it, and I was like, all right, so I started shaving it weekly, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make some, I'm gonna have some fun with this. So I started shaving, then started making some videos, and when I started making videos, I honestly didn't think nobody was gonna look at it, because I went into school the next day, shaved, and it was, I remember, I think it was Valentine's Day, and one of the guys came up to me saying, hey, and I was like, dude, your video was funny, and then I was like, damn, what video? Then I looked at it, I was like, oh, that video. Because I totally forgot I posted. I don't know.
That sounds like you.
Yeah.
That sounds exactly like you.
Yeah. And then later on, I went into practice, started practicing, and then at the end of our travel ball practice, my coach called out my name, Anthony, and I was like, oh crap. I was like, did I do something wrong? So he told me to get up in front. I was like, I think I did something wrong. I don't know. But I also totally forgot my coach follows me on Instagram too. And I didn't think they actually saw my stuff until that practice. And they brought me up saying, hey, so now you're looking fresh. Because I started off with fresh because once I started doing the videos, that's when I started coming up with the name of the days. It all started out with Friday, which I had a name for, Fresh Friday. Then I have a name for every day of the week, which I'll go on to Saturday, which I call it Smooth Saturday. And Sunday, which kind of sounds wrong, but I couldn't think of any other S word besides this one, Sexy Sunday.
Shiloh was sexy Sundays.
Like that one. Continue on, brother.
And then for
That's Shiloh's favorite here.
and then for Mondays, I named it Manly Monday. And then for Tuesdays, I named it Tough Tuesday. And Wednesdays, I think, which are kind of my favorites, because while I named it, I said, Woo!
So I would love you as a cheat
Honestly, how I came up with Wallahoo Wednesday was my best friend Alan and I think it was back our 8th grade year, we were watching, back then they were called Vines, and I think the dude, well, again with my learning disability, I think he was saying Wallahoo, but he was probably saying something different. But that's when I came up with the word Wallahoo. I was like, you know what? As I kind of like this, I use it.
He said, whatever he said, Wallahoo is good. You know?
I'm gonna get a rating. I'm gonna say woo now because of this.
And then for Thursdays, I named him Thick Thursdays.
I'm liking Thursdays.
Yeah. And then I started doing all these videos basically every Friday because I had to look fresh on Fresh Friday. And then later on, I think it was my junior, maybe senior year. That's when I was like, you know what? Instead of these names, well, I still have the name of each day. I was like, you know what? I need a nickname for myself. And I also started coming up with so many nicknames. The first one, I think it was, you know what? How about Smooth Spider? And I went with that. I was like, it wasn't really catching it. The only reason why I said Spider is because my favorite superhero is, let's say, Spider-Man.
Hey,
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah.
Mr. Symbiote.
Yeah, Mr. Symbiote.
And then after that, the next nickname on my list was, you know what? How about Mr. Smooth? I was like, you know what? I like that. And then, well, at least back in my senior year, nobody was really calling me Mr. Smooth back then. Not until I made, playing college baseball for Mount Santo College. And then, since there was another Anthony on my team, I told my teammates, I was like, you know what, you guys should just call me by my nickname, Mr. Smooth. And they said, yeah, I was like, well, probably won't call you that, but then I was like,
They're like, we're not calling you that.
but then I also brought up saying, I was like, I also do have a YouTube channel, and I didn't think that they were going to look at it, but it was only the very next day, only one of my teammates actually searched up my YouTube channel, Mr. Smooth, and they saw it, and they started sharing it around the team, and then that's when they all started calling me Smooth.
Cause he's the smooth
Yeah, and then from there, it slowly cut on to the coaches, and the coaches also called me Smooth. So even on the, well, not on the legit lineup, we would have a lineup on the side. They would actually put my name as Smooth instead of my actual name, Anthony.
That's tight. I like that. That's tight.
And so,
And you were a reliever?
yeah, middle reliever,
Damn,
reliever, closer.
Bring in Smooth. Bring in Smooth. I love that. So that's where that Smooth, Mr. Smooth originated in apparently.
Yeah, about 5-6 years from 5-6 years ago. And then ever since that, go out to, I went out to my first club with my best friend Evan, the branding iron, and
Good old Wednesday night.
yeah, since it was free, it was college night. He said, "Come over."
Oh, the memories.
I've probably seen you around.
You probably saw him around.
You probably did see you around.
Yeah, and then I was meeting all of his friends, and since I was meeting a lot of all of his friends, since I told him, I was like, hey, since you know my boy Evan, I was like, you guys could call me Smooth. And they all started calling me Smooth too, out of the baseball team. I was like, hey, this is catching on, cool.
It is catching on. It's a phenomenon.
You look. What makes you happy about being called Mr. Smooth? You know, is there a certain thing that when you hear that you just get happy? You're like, oh, like that's me.
I think two things. I think the first one is what you said. Yeah, it's me. It makes me feel good. And because what you say, going back to high school, I had some stuff that I went through with my teammates because I always got bullied back when I first made my team. And well, they would always call me by my actual name, but my last name Torres, and then that's basically stuck with me for the rest of my high school baseball career. And then I started not liking actually being called by my name because they always did horrible stuff to me.
It was a negative perception of it. Like it would just put you in a place of like a negative tone.
Yeah, because back then I was going through that because one of the things they did to me was, well, at least back then I thought I could trust them because back when I was in travel ball team, we were like brothers, like family. So I thought I could trust them one day. It was the day before our last game, my junior year. Invite them over to my house just to chill, and then the very next day when I went to school, we say one of my teammates told me saying, "Hey, how was my shampoo?" I was like, "What do you mean?" They said, "Wasn't it warm?" I was like, "I don't know. I was too tired." And then that's when they said, a couple of our teammates pissed in my damn shampoo.
Oh
And,
no.
and when I say that, I didn't recognize piss coming out because back in those days I was waking up at 6:30 and my eyes weren't fully awake, so I was still squirting it out, putting it all over.
Well, yeah, like anyone, no one really think about it. Yeah, no one's gonna like open their shampoo and go, "Oh, my shampoo's out there." They're just gonna think, "Oh, I'm gonna go through my routine and do it." So.
Yeah, like I wouldn't like if if I'm doing my shampoo, I'm not gonna be thinking like there must be something in here. You know,
Yeah.
that would get anyone.
That's that's shitty though too. So with that, did you like was it like a malicious like where like because we played football and I like obviously there was losses I was on our football team.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was ever like an evil or malicious intent. Like it was just kind of like we'd all mess around with each other. But like did they like
I
have
think
it
there's
back?
a difference though.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I think there's a difference when it's like you're still included but being fucked with, but you're not being included but being fucked with. So it's like how much are you truly included and how much are you being fucked with? Like,
Yeah.
there's a ratio to that.
There is, yeah.
So it's like we know there's a certain people on the teams that like people like they were
They
around.
avoid more than others.
Yeah, they were just I guess you could say easier targets.
Yeah.
And it's never and being an easier target is not the person's fault at all. It's just the people that are preying upon that. They take advantage of that, you know. So it's like one of those things where, we might fuck with each other, but it's how like you know your intention is still different when you're fucking with that person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like if I'm gonna fuck with my homie, like I probably wouldn't piss in his fucking shampoo.
Nah,
You know.
Yeah.
Like I thank God they didn't that shit because I like that I was thinking that they did that, but you said warm, so I was like, okay, maybe
Yeah, so
like
it was just piss, and it
Yeah.
was actually more than one person too. It was three people that did it.
damn. So they're just being fucking cocksuckers at that point, like
and slap dicks.
I think you know it's just I don't know. There's
It goes back to I think
it's a
what you
fine
said.
fucking line.
Yeah, I think because of who you are,
Yeah.
like, I think like they just do as easy targets. So let's go mess with him or fuck with
Yeah,
him.
you're a nice fucking dude, bro.
Yeah.
Like you know, and like you're not gonna ever piss in no one's shampoo.
Yeah.
You're not that type of person.
No.
You know, so it's easy for someone that's like that can totally just not take into account of your actual feelings of a fucking human being. You know, because you're not gonna do anything to get back at them probably. Like I don't see you as that type of person from what I've
No, actually, if anything, they actually just got suspended.
Okay.
That was it.
Okay, so there was some justice, you know,
Yeah, not until
on your end.
the following semester, because since it was our last game, we weren't hanging out anymore. Because after your at least for baseball, back in high school, after your last game, you don't really have to show up to the baseball class anymore. So you could just leave early for sixth period. After your fifth, you could just leave.
I know, I remember those days. So that was your junior year.
Yeah.
So how was it senior year? Did it get any better or was it worse?
I'd say a little bit of both because I was playing with some of the newer teammates that were more mature.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember back when I was in travel ball, I was basically the best way I could put it. It's like the class clown.
Yeah.
For them, which I didn't mind because usually when a teammate's down, I would always try to go cheer them up. Well, and also depends on the situation. Because some people, at least when they're on the mound, you either have to cheer them up, but some other guys, if you piss them off, they do better. So I would either cheer them up or piss them off, only to help the team, but like piss them off, not like going above.
In a healthy
Like in a
challenge.
productive way, in a productive way.
Yeah.
It's a healthy challenge.
Yeah.
That you're laying maybe some sort of like accountability on them, or you're laying some some sort of like challenge towards them that you're gonna make them up their game because of it. So you just knew how to connect with your teammates,
With my travel ball teammates,
with your travel ball teammates. Yeah.
Yeah, because in that team, we all basically love each other like brothers and stuff, and that's the connection I got. And I thought going into high school ball, it was going to be the same thing, and it was, what do you say, the total opposite.
Yeah.
Because basically every time I went in there, I was always basically getting picked on almost every day.
Damn. And this is where I go to from a standpoint of like, I feel like that's more of like a leadership, a culture than it is necessarily. Because at the end of the day, you guys are a bunch of young teenagers, kids. You're gonna act out. You're gonna do things that show like you're not being led. So like, what were the coaches doing, or what were the coaches saying? What else was going on? Like they kind of let it happen.
Yeah, if it wasn't happening in front of the coaches, yeah, because most of the stuff that was happening, it wasn't happening in front of the coaches.
So they were very they chose when to do it. Like when you guys when you guys are on your own time doing maybe like in the locker room or some shit.
Yeah, because the next year, my senior year, I say it got a little better, but also got worse because you wouldn't think of any human being be thinking about this because I think it was our first away game during the season, and I decided to sleep on the bus for a good 15 minutes of like a pregame nap, and then during when I was sleeping, one of the kids thought it was funny to light my hair on fire when I was sleeping.
On the bus?
Yeah.
Light it on fire?
Yeah, they lit.
What part of your hair, like the top of your head?
Yeah, it was the
back of your head?
The back of my head. Yeah, because I was had my forehead on the other seat, sleeping like that.
Yeah. See, if you act like, see that, that's more. Yeah, that's.
I need hands.
That's like, I would say like that was something that we would do like freshman year, and that was just because we were just.
Some of the fucking, like, the worst kids, maybe. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but like
the worst kids. Like, some, the ones that, like, they shouldn't even be around.
Exactly, I was like freshman year, like you're
Yeah.
13, 14, 15 years old. Like, I feel like senior year, like being like 17, 18 years old, like if you're doing that type of stuff, like,
Yeah.
there's something going
No,
on there.
There's actually a funny story because back when I was a junior, it was I think all sophomores that did that to me, and then back when I was a senior, it was a sophomore that did that to me too.
Really?
Yeah.
So you guys just had younger kids that were just kind of goofing around.
Yeah.
But then that goes into my point.
What about the whole team, though? Like, everyone else was cool with it, kind of deal? Like, did anyone else say, like, hey, man, don't fucking light this kid's hair on fire?
Yeah, stick up for you, like.
Oh yeah, actually, my senior year, I was trying to find a way to tell either my mom or dad or even the head coach because I was thinking about texting, but the dude was right behind me. He told me not to, and then back then, since I wasn't the favorite of the team, I was scared, so I didn't do nothing. But luckily, the team captain, he actually had my back, and he texted the head coach that day because after we got off the bus, the head coach asked us, "All right, so who lit fire on the bus?" And I didn't think that the head coach knew until at least the kid who actually lit my hair on fire, he actually stepped forward and manned up and said it was him at least. And then after that, the head coach came up to me saying, "Hey, Torres, are you good?" I didn't know. He knew I got my hair lit on fire. And so, yeah, usually every time when someone brings up high school, the only things that I could remember, usually the things
the
was...
negative side of it?
well, that's really the only thing I can remember besides my travel ball. That's really the only thing I can remember. So that's why I decided to change. Decided to have a nickname instead.
This would be Mr. Smooth. It's like, I don't want to say it's like a persona because essentially it is you, but like that's kind of like that separation.
It's
from
positive identity.
Yeah,
identification.
Exactly. It's like a separation from that person that you were during that time, that with all that negative stuff, to kind of like, okay, like, no, this is who I want to be.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie, while that stuff happened to me, and when I graduated from high school, I wasn't really the same person that my parents saw me anymore. because they knew what happened, and I'm not gonna lie, if I can remember right, I think I was talking back to my parents and some other stuff that wasn't me, and they saw that. And the thing that actually really helped me, but took me some time to actually trust them because of the stuff that I went through in high school, was my college team.
Yeah.
So once that's actually, I think, one of the main reasons why I went to Mount Santa Hensel College was because I knew no one from Redlands
Who's gonna go there?
was going to go there, and I just had to get out the area because my dad did bring up about San Bernardino Valley College, but I didn't really want to go there because I knew people from my high school was going to go there.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of going there, I went towards Mount Santa Hensel College, where it's in the Hemet area, where no one in the Redlands area is going to go.
Yeah.
Down the valley.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you said that was a fun time for you?
Yeah,
Did
because
you enjoy that time?
Yeah, because they finally helped me got back to my normal self, where I could actually start trusting them again, like if they were like my brothers and stuff. And then I started to see a difference in me playing ball too, because back when I was playing ball back in high school, I started to change just because of the way that they were treating me too.
So I can understand it completely.
100%.
That's one of those things where like, well, I can't. Why am I going to play my best, or why am I going to try to do my best for people that don't even really care or treat me with the respect? It's like it's always I think that you're going to go harder and play with people that are for you, that treat you well. So, well, you know what? More power to you. I don't know. I guess I don't know whoever's listening to this, but if it's someone's like in high school or someone's coming out of college like that, I mean, your story, what you just told us right now, it's a big step. And being able to like come to terms with a lot of that stuff. So like a lot of respect for you for like overcoming that and turning it into a better situation for yourself.
Yeah, and I usually always say that I'm glad that I changed my ways back to what I used to be, and now even better, because I always say that there could have been a chance that I could have been someone else still and be the best way I could just describe it is a villain.
Like an asshole, be really bitter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think the best way I could describe it again is like Spider-Man in the red and blue suit, and then going
Don't
into
use that example.
Yes.
Don't use that example.
Do it. Okay.
Because he's gonna come to the gym tomorrow, all dressed in black, and be like, yeah, this is symbiote smooth. What happened?
No, but it's like that if you ever watched Spider-Man 3, because you can see the symbiote stuff changing him into a darker person.
Mm-hmm. So it's an analogy, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's the best way I could describe it. And then it just goes back to the boys I was playing with back in Juco, MSJC. They helped me get out of that situation.
I think they got your confidence back. I think that's what it sounds like. I feel like because of all this stuff that was happening to you, your probably confidence level wasn't very high, and I think the fact that they kind of accepted you, brought you in, and treated you like you said, like that brotherhood, that makes you want to play better. That makes you want to be better. So I think that's where you got your confidence back. Like the confidence that Mr. Smooth is, I think that's what it got you.
Yeah. Yeah, because I did told them about the story about what happened about me back in high school too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could see that they were helping me too.
Yeah, I think anyone that has a good conscious heart is going to hear that and kind of feel for you and hopefully treat you better, because it's just, at the end of the day, I get it, it's high school kids, some of them don't know better, some of them just are being led in the wrong direction about it, but at the same time it doesn't make it right or justify it, so that's why I say, like, give you your props, because for you to go through that, especially, like, I said, with disability, like, I think even with disability, that's even a little bit harder, because you don't really understand why they're doing it, because, like I said, like, it's very, like, they're doing it as a joke, but the way you're seeing it, maybe I don't know if you can tell me, like, are you seeing it like as more malicious? Like, damn, like that's messed up. Like, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And I think the more messed up part was I did tell them that on my high school team, I did tell them about the learning disability.
yeah,
And I think that's where I messed up, because they even
they
started.
took advantage of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, they were lucky you weren't on our block. I would have defended you.
Thank you.
I
Shout
got you.
You couldn't even save the people on our own team.
That's
We're not talking about 27-year-old Shiloh. I'm talking about 17 and 18-year-old Shiloh.
I was still a protector of the people.
When Matt was freaking.
Now I was facing off against a grown man.
No, that was Kyle Parkinson, not a grown man.
What did you one?
What did you do for Kyle Parkinson, Matt?
I plead the fifth.
Yeah.
It was good times.
Matt, I was having a bad no comment.
Yeah.
You're out there, Kyle.
We love you.
We will meet again one day.
Oh my god.
And hopefully you're not too liberal. We might be able to have a conversation. I'm just kidding.
Oh my
Alright,
god.
man, so going back, so now, like, kind of present day, obviously, you're still Mr. Smooth.
Yeah.
You talked a little bit about it, but, like, going out to clubs, kind of partying, and that's probably kind of like our big thing, too, was, like, when we first met you,
Yeah.
the big thing for, like, me, I make this joke,
Yeah.
because you were dancing around.
Yeah.
And like you were just dancing on the gym, like going hard. And I remember me and Shiloh, like before we even talked to you, I was like, I know where he's at. I was like, he's at the German nightclubs. I was like, that's where he's at. And then for my first initial reaction, you're over here telling me what you're listening to, and I was like, yeah, you're for sure at the German nightclubs.
Yeah, because the reason why I went up to you guys, I forgot, it was one of you. You were nodding at me, and usually when I see
Yeah, that was me.
and usually when I see people nodding at me at the gym, I'll go up to them and say, "What's up?"
No, I'm glad we met. Like I said, 'cause we saw. It was like a full month that we were there before we actually talked to you.
Yeah.
And like once we talked to you, I was just like, damn, like this guy's really, really cool. Like the more guys, dude, like you're part of our routine. Where like I think it was yesterday, like I didn't see you for the first time. I'm like, where the hell is Smooth at?
Oh boy. Oh, but John had a good feeling about where Smooth was.
Yeah,
ended up being right.
I
So.
did.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like, dude, like I said, dude, me and Shiloh always have fun talking with you. It's always something. Like I said, there's only one person that says stuff out of pocket that I look at and just shake my head, and it's Shiloh. And that was you. Yeah. You can elaborate. If one person's gonna say something, like, and you're just gonna shake your head.
Like, there's some times that it just comes out so wrong, but like, if you decipher it, you can go, okay, I can understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But, like, bro, you can't be saying that.
Yeah, that's that's me.
I don't know if I want to say this one, but
There's quite a few, man.
no, I won't say it.
Let's just say there's moments where Shiloh just has intrusive thoughts, and they're not thoughts. He just says them out loud.
Yeah, Nocturnal was the king of that, and like I said, we'll harp on that one in a little few
Well, I was
seconds.
thinking about that, so like the whole damn Smooth got some text. Who you being?
Oh, my mom.
I love that. See, with Smooth here, real quick, everyone. Like I said, this is my. If there's ever a more innocent side of me, now mind you, of course, you're still you. You know, you still got your smooth operator status. But if there is a side of me to where you are just so pure. So the meaning of pure is just like you come into everything with no intent except for your loving life. You know, you want people to be happy. You want yourself to be happy. Everybody you interact with. I mean, people, when I say this man talks to at least 50 people in the gym before he even stretches, it is the truth. This brother says hi to everybody. EVS worker, the girl all the way down that doesn't like nobody, like the big junkie dude that just got off 3 steroids. Like, you're saying hi to everybody, bro. And I'm loving it, dude. Like, I gotta ask you about certain people, you know, like you're my little investigator about some women, man. I don't know.
That was my favorite thing with Shiloh. Dude, this is how I knew Shiloh is gonna be friends with you. This was Shiloh was like, damn, so we talk to some more women than me that I talk at the hospital. I was like,
You said I got a phone number, rookie number.
yeah, I have a rival.
Yeah, well, actually, what it goes back to is back to my travel ball coach, because he's always the one that was always teaching me when you see a teammate down, you always have to go cheer him up, fire him up, or whatever. So every time I'm in there, since I'm not always on the mound, because you can only have one person on the mound every time, most of the time you're always in the dugout. So every time when I'm in the dugout, the job that I always took on that I always loved it was firing up my teammates. So every time we were up to bat, you could hear me yelling from the top of my damn lungs.
Yeah.
You be like, hey, batter, say.
Yeah. And then every time when my team always,
See, firing them up or seducing them?
every time my team was always mellow, my coaches always say, well, on my travel ball team, they say, hey, go fire everyone up. And then in college baseball, they always say, smooth, go fire them up.
Smooth Tom.
And then I'll be like, all right, got you, coach.
Would you?
And that's where I think why I talk to everyone in the gym, see how everyone's doing. Because every time I'm there, I always see someone smiling every time I go to them.
Not you do. Like I said, you are you.
Yeah, because I always like firing people up. It's just, I guess, part who I am.
I'm one of those people because every time I talk to Smooth, I get life. I could be having a shitty day, not wanting to be there. I'll talk to Smooth. People like, what is life?
Yeah, because Smooth is guaranteed gonna tell me one out of pocket story that I needed of the day. That I'm just like, wow, and like
Shout out, like my gas got siphoned, but damn, Smooth. All right.
yeah, that literally did happen the other day. Yeah, my gas got siphoned. I had a few interactions at work the other day. And then I came right to you, Smooth. And you made me happy. You made me forget that I was on E. Man, I love that for you, man. So what's it called? So what is it about the gym? Because like I said, man, you're not there for 1 hour, brother.
I'm there for, well, back then, I'm always there for 5 hours for one main reason. Because my last year of playing college baseball, I tore my labrum in my shoulder, and I had to go into surgery. And when I did, when they were trying to repair me the first time, they said, "Oh, yeah, we're gonna find the torn labrum. Looks like you're all good." I was like, "What?" But they found some other small stuff that wasn't really that bad. And then went throwing again, and they said on the scan, it said, "Yeah, your labrums are torn." And then that's when they sent me to the sports medicine specialist. And what do you say? I'm glad that they sent me to her, because every time I was talking to her, since it's hard for me to explain stuff most of the time, and she knew my background, because every time I go to a doctor, they know what you have and stuff. She knew what I was talking about too. And when she did the surgery on me, what do you say? She found the torn labrum. I was like, oh, okay, thank you. But what do you say? When she did, she found a few other stuff wrong with my shoulder too. Bone spur.
It's a wear and tear from probably a lot of throwing, right?
And some other stuff, and she repaired it. And every time I went back to her, she was always taking really good care of me. So I always say that she's one of the best doctors I ever had. And I always say I wish I would have been sent to her first, because I felt like I wouldn't be in the situation I am now if I would have been sent to her first.
Yeah.
Because every time I had a progress report, she would always help me with more stuff out and stuff. Because during the second surgery, I lost my range of motion for 5 months.
Oh, man.
And it took, well, I think I got most of it back in the first month, because in the first month, probably got about, give or take, probably about 50%, maybe a little less than that. But yeah, it took me 5 months to get back to 100%. And what do you see? And when I first came out of surgery, since it was December, a countdown was happening, and I was like, oh crap, I don't know if I should ask the doctor this, but I was like, screw it, I can't, because I love Born to Rave. It's me, it's my type of music. And the 2 weeks passed by, it was the 22nd. She was like, all right, it looks like you're doing good, you just need to move it around. And then my very last question to her was, I was like, hey, so doc, listen to me, so can I go to this rave next week? And And she was like, honestly, yeah, since nothing major happened. I was like, oh damn. I was like, for sure, thank you.
So that's all the validation you needed.
Yeah.
Went
Let
on.
me go to countdown.
And I went to countdown. I'm not gonna lie, it did kind of hurt me a little because I didn't have my full range of motion. And what do you say? And during countdown, I was hanging out with my rave bro, and with her. It looks like there was a mosh pit starting, and she went into a mosh pit. And since there was this other ladies in the group that didn't want to go in, I was with them. I was like, oh crap, my damn shoulders. I was protecting the damn ladies because I was about to go in there with coming out of surgery, going in there, mess it up again. And so I was just standing back looking. I was like, damn, ain't gonna lie. She was making that mosh pit look fun. I was like, I want to join in, but I know I can't.
Yeah, you and the
Because I always say, my Ray girl and I, we always have the same intense high energy. Because in the rave family that I'm in with her, we're always leading the energy up here, and then the others will start going with us.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, we did.
I saw that live and in person. This man was ready. He was up. I was stuck. He was up.
I was stuck too.
I'm stuck.
Yeah, with these raves I go to, I always tell people, we say I'll drink a little when I'm there. If not, I'll do it sober because it's still my type of music that I love, so I can still do it sober.
Tell the audience your drink of choice.
Yes, they need to know what the smooth drink before rave consists of.
Well, I'll start it back nocturnal of last year. So what do you say? Since I was 21 last year for nocturnal, I decided to go buy some drinks, and I thought in my mind it's probably gonna be like 14, 15 bucks. I was way off. It was double the price. It was 30 bucks for a normal drink. I was like, damn. And of course, I was with a friend, and I was buying her and I a drink, and spent $200 on us. I was like, damn. I was like, I'm never doing that crap again. So that's when I learned quickly. When I went to Escape the very next month, I said, you know what? I'm gonna go buy my own bottle. And I did. And I was like, you know what? I'm buying this Pink Whitney. And I did. But how I drink it, I'll pour it into my flask. A little bit of Pink Whitney. Back then it was just Pink Whitney and normal lemonade, because Pink Whitney is just pink lemonade and vodka. But yeah, so I mixed them two together, and man, I'm not gonna lie, it slaps. It's really good. And now every time I sneak it in, and every time I go with the new people to rave, like I did with you guys, they'll be surprised because they'll be like, "Hey, dude, I don't think you can sneak that in," and I'll be like, "Watch me, I'm smooth."
Dog,
You did this in nocturnal. I remember this.
like, that flask is as big as a baby's arm. I don't know how you got it in here.
And the trick is, well, at least back then, my flask was darker. It was black, so I snuck the damn thing straight through. And it was, since it was busy, I just snuck it straight through. They didn't even notice. But now, since I lost it because I threw it into the crowd, and I don't so somebody got hit with a metal flask out there, so I had to go buy a new one. And now
You're on some fucking demon.
You all talking about stuff.
I ended up losing that
You
one.
went fucking primal.
But hold on, before you go, what set? Do you remember where you were at when you threw that? What?
Yeah, who made you throw that?
Yeah.
It was at Escape last year, and the set.
Subtronics?
I don't know who I was watching.
Oh, that was Subtronics.
It's understandable you don't know who you are. Because you threw an empty flask.
Yeah, because I drank the whole thing. It was really good.
It was really good.
It is. This fool's got me freaking coming up with my little drink for Pink Whitney now.
So, did you see Pink Whitney and it just like you just connected with it, or like what made you pick up Pink Whitney?
Honestly, One of my this what do you say? This the girl that I took to Nocturnal, since she had another friend, and I got her friend's phone number because over there you need each other's phone numbers to get in contact with each other, because it looks like she couldn't call me because service was horrible. And then her friend got in contact with me. I was like, cool. Then what do you say? I forgot she was paying for drinks, and I said I'll pay you back once I get back home because I have no service right now. And I said I owe her. Well, she said she'll do a Pink Whitney New Amsterdam. Then I looked that thing up. I was like, you know what? This looks good. And then I picked one up for myself.
What's a girl? Yeah, what's a girl?
It goes back to a female.
But ever since then, there's just been Pink Whitney because I knew that was a drink that I could actually drink.
Now tell them what you do with the Pink Whitney now. That just
Yeah. So now, actually, back how I sneak my flask in, because now I have this bright damn orange where it's a neon bright orange. You can't miss it. And I forgot what rave it was. I was trying to sneak it just nonchalant, just acting normal and stuff. I got caught one time, and the security guard says, "Is there any water in here?" And I said, "No." And he said, "Shake it." I was like, "Oh crap." So I shook it. I was like, "Okay, yes, don't hear no damn liquid in here." Then after that, he said, "All right, open it." I was like, "Damn." Then I open it, then all you see is freaking Pink Whitney. Pink Whitney and lemonade in there. And then he says, "What is that?" And I lied to, a partial lie. And I said, "Pink lemonade." And he says, "Is there any alcohol in there?" I said, "No." And we kept going back and forth for a good minute too. And then he told me to drink it, and I just put the cap back on and walked right past him. Because I was like, I'm saving this for the rave. He's like, not for right now.
I don't get paid enough to do that. To give a fuck that much, I don't get paid. Everyone else in here is off their fucking rocker. Drugs.
oh my god.
Yeah,
This man can take his Pink lemonade and
because I just kept lying and said it was just pink lemonade, no alcohol in there.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
But ever since that day, now I always bring a jacket and wrap it up. And when I wrap it up, it just looks like I'm carrying a jacket, and you can't see no orange out of there. And now when they check me, they don't see it. They check me
You're
already.
so cool.
And I have it there with me. I showed her, I was like,
He's
hey.
so green. I love it. Like he's so like. This reminds me of all the shit I used to do.
So
bringing in whole bottles to fucking Romano's.
Yeah. For what?
You didn't want to pay, man. Because that's just ridiculous. Like, it's $200 to get me drunk.
Yeah. I was talking.
Or 30.
Was it you or Shiloh I was talking about? I was like, that Chase ATM used to fucking get money out of me.
Dude. That is...
Hey, bro.
Chase ATM.
Yeah, that Chase ATM, hey, bro. You want to go pull some money out? We'll pull 100.
Not a time. I was going to say, not a time to pull out 40.
Yeah.
Amen to
Put it
that.
on
a little ball Hey, you got 40? I got 40.
Oh,
Hey, you got 40?
You got 40?
And I'm not gonna lie, I always tell people the experience with the drinking I experienced at the raves, because I was like, yeah, as soon as I found out it's $30 over there, I was like, yeah, screw that. I was like, I could go buy a bottle for $10, which is my Pink Whitney, $10 right there. I was like, well, they raised it up $1, now it's probably like $11, $12. So.
Oh, man.
he said he probably raised it up.
But last year it was $10 for
It's
a
like
whole
13
bottle.
right now.
Yeah.
With all these prices going
Inflation.
Yeah, it's going up now, but it's still better than paying $30.
You had me at Pink Whitney and then you told me the price and I don't want it.
on. It's in glass, though, right?
What do you mean?
Is it a glass bottle?
Yeah, the same
Okay,
glass.
as long as it's not plastic.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
If it's in glass, I'm not wrong. I might fucking take a drink, but like that, I just know myself. It's gonna take too much. I'm gonna get hungover.
But
That's why I just gotta go straight.
Yeah.
or the most minimal mix possible.
Hey, I've been funny with your mules.
My mules?
Yeah.
Those are like my mock mules.
Yeah.
Those are not like my good ones. Yeah, those are just to get the job done.
Yeah.
I need one of those tonight.
But yeah, so back to the question that you originally asked me, what I mix my Pink Whitney with nowadays. Honestly, I just thought of it back in Nocturnal because the thing that gave me the idea for it was, I guess, the Liquid IV Tropical Punch, because I was always drinking that, and I was like, damn, you know what? I said this would be good with my Pink Whitney. And so at this rave, I did a little bit of Pink Whitney, a little bit of lemonade, a little bit of Nas, and a little bit of Tropical Punch Liquid IV.
Oh shit!
And I was like, you know what? I was like, this
Loco.
slaps.
The fucking Four Loko. Goddamn genius.
I know, and I gave my drink to one of my boys I played college baseball with. We're pretty close. He goes to raves too. And day one, I asked his girlfriend if he wanted a drink out of the stuff I mixed with, and she said yes. I was like, here. She drank it, and I asked her how did she like it, and she said, yeah, that one's better than the last time I had it, she said.
Liquid IV.
This is what I love. It was like, this is some shit that I would be doing, like, back when I was 20 or 21 years old. Like, that's why I'm just like...
So, yeah, with that Liquid IV, you won't get that much of a hangover, too.
I beg to differ, but okay.
Because it was supposed to hydrate you, but without...
I understand.
Very minor buffer for that concoction. That's like the justification for the concoction.
Yeah.
It's like so I don't totally dehydrate myself.
Yeah.
It's Nos and alcohol.
And the...
I don't feel bad about it.
And actually, the reasoning behind the Nas energy drink is because, well, at least to me, it tastes like passion fruit. So with lemonade and tropical punch, there's citrusy. So it's all citrus flavors in there. So it was a good mix. That's why I did Nas.
Woodlow pick me up.
Yeah.
Hey, so we've been talking about this. So are you ready for a little bit of hen dog?
Oh shit.
Huh?
A little bit of Hennessy. You want to rock with
You
me?
gotta have Tennessee.
Oh, yeah, I'll try a little
Henny
bit
and
of
Sprite.
it. Because usually with those type of drinks, I can't do it because usually when I try to drink it, I always try to throw it back up. So I gotta do this because even if I smell alcohol,
Man, we all gotta do what we gotta do.
yeah. So I'll just have to
I'm not
not think about it.
I'm not asking to kill Paul. I'm just getting to bring out Tennessee.
Yeah, you just have a few drinks. So
And you gotta mix it because that's probably the only way I can drink it too.
ooh, yeah. I'm gonna get you a little bit of Sprite. I'm gonna get you some Celsius.
Hey, honestly, what's fire is Hennessy, like the original with the cherry Sprite.
Or
That sounds fire.
Hennessy and Martinelli's apple juice.
Yeah, that's fire too.
Ooh,
Alex.
a little Henny and apple juice.
You know what? If you guys like that, I have a drink of my favorite whiskey, Crown Royal Apple. So I do depending
You're
on
speaking his language right now. You're speaking his language.
That just sent me back to the beach.
depending on how strong or not strong you want it. I always ask, do you want it really strong? Then I'll put 2 ounces of the Crown Apple. If you don't want it that strong, then just an ounce because I actually have the jigger, I think you called it.
Yeah,
back at my
jigger.
house. I actually bought it. And
How
then,
come, Shadow? It's what it's called.
and
Thank you for the clarification.
And then for me, I'll do an ounce of Crown Apple and usually a green apple Jolly Rancher. I'll put that in there and fill the rest in with Sprite or 7-Up.
Oh my
And
goodness.
everyone loves it the way I make it because with the
That's actually really
because
cool.
the way I make it, I melt the Jolly Ranchers together and put it in there.
Dog, he's a mix of you too. Dog, this was a mix
He's
of
like all three of us, honestly.
And every time my mom has her, co-worker parties at our house, I always bring out the Crown Apple and I always say the drink I make and they all love it.
The smooth tender.
Yeah, the smooth tender, I like that.
I really like Smooth.
I actually want to try that.
And I also say it doesn't have to be green apple Jolly Rancher. It could be watermelon Jolly Rancher
Do the blues
or
snack.
the cherry Jolly Rancher, whatever Jolly Rancher of your choice. I say I'll go get it and mix it in there. It doesn't have to be the green apple.
I'm gonna hold you on. I'm gonna try that Smooth. I'm not gonna make that.
What if we host something to where Matt's a bartender, Smooth's a bartender? Fuck it, I'll be one. And we just have it.
So we're gonna be bartenders drinking our own booze.
So basically just pregame tonight.
And I'll tell you what, I'm not much of a whiskey drinker. And the only 2 whiskeys I can drink is Jack Daniel's Apple and the Crown Apple. That's it.
I really like Crown Royal. Crown Royal I really like.
Yeah. Jack Daniels.
Me and
I
Jack.
had to part ways with Jack
Yeah.
Daniels.
Actually, I got a story about the Jack Daniel's Apple, how I fell in love with that drink.
Alright, Smooth. Well, I have some bad news. We're limited on time. I'm sorry. We're limited on time.
We're killing it this one, but this is definitely something to where the people will know you'll be back.
Yeah, you'll be back.
All right, yeah.
You got a little bit of time. I don't
No.
think we have time for another story. That's why.
Yeah, because for the Jack Daniel's Apple, I was at my favorite nightclub.
Time.
Academy LA, and they do special drinks there.
Yeah, you told me about these.
And they're different every month. They change them. And one of the drinks during November, it was called sour apples something, and it tells you the ingredients. It was Jack Daniel's apple, Sprite, and some lemon juice. Drank it. I didn't think I was honestly gonna like it. I didn't know why I bought it. I just bought it.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, but it's because I drank the original Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
And I don't like it. It's too
Yeah.
strong for me. It tastes gross. But I had that. I was like, damn, this stuff smacks right here.
I'm like, another. And then you saw the price, you're like, okay, I'm getting one.
Well, actually, when I go out to these nightclubs, Exchange, Time, Academy LA, I only have one drink, maybe 2 if I'm not feeling it, but mainly just one because I drive, so I know my limit.
Yeah.
So that's why at these raves, I always fill up my flask a little heavier because I still got the whole day to sober up because I'll drink it at Escape, I'll drink it at 4 p.m., then I'll probably get sober around 10 and still sober up around 2 because
Yeah,
you
for
need
sure.
it to.
Especially all the dancing,
Yeah.
the walking, you're processing, like, hey, yeah, that's, it's easy to sober up in that time.
Yeah. Plus, that's honestly the only times you actually see me drinking is just at a rave or at a club. Anywhere else, I'm drinking.
Yeah, it's like you're drinking at a terminal.
Yeah.
Like Gatorade or whatever.
Smooth, real quick for the people before we head out. There was one thing at Nocturnal that you surprised all 3 of us, my friend, while we were driving home.
Oh, yeah.
Sir, we are concerned. So Mr.
Matt was generally like, before I called you,
Well,
Matt was like, I hope he actually got home okay.
Dude, like when I'm on psychedelics, I become very, very, very concerned for people's well-being.
Yeah.
Like because I think sometimes like when I'm going through it the most is when I ask everyone else if they're okay.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm like kind of asking myself if I'm okay.
Yeah.
Because my reality is just kind of like, holy fuck. And so I'm like, you guys are okay, right? And so like, but I do become genuinely concerned for people,
Yeah.
like, and so like, and that was my first time meeting him, and obviously I
Yeah.
love the dude, and I'm like, okay, like I really hope this motherfucker makes it, because
Yeah.
like I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself,
Yeah.
you know. And then when we call you, that shit just like, what the fuck?
Smooth.
I don't even think I've ever done that.
I've never done that.
Because after I left you guys, I remember John saying, "Call me when I get home." I was
Yeah.
like, "All right," but I wasn't home at the time.
But I called you. That's why I called you.
Yeah, so Smooth, I want you to pick up the phone. We're gonna do a little reenactment real quick. Hi, Smooth.
So,
Hey, bro. Did you make it home on time?
I'm not home yet. I'm actually at the gym right now.
It was at the gym.
My reaction was, where? About the gym for what?
For two reasons. One, just to talk to my buddies there. Two, I have a small gym crush that just arrived as soon as you called me to.
I do remember that. I do remember that. I was just like, after a rave?
Yeah, but not,
More power to you for that.
yeah, but not my gym crush anymore. We're just friends. Just clarifying that.
We didn't talk exactly who she was.
I leave names out.
Anonymous.
Good.
Anonymous.
No face, no case.
Yeah, the only names I brought up were my the only names I brought up were my best friends. That was it. But everything else I left anonymous.
Why is there a cage shadow?
Yeah, I don't know. But alright, guys.
We're all good? We're all done?
Yeah, we're getting right there at the tipping point. I'm mindful computer about to die.
Alright.
So again, thank you for coming on. This has been a great, fun episode. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing,
bro.
You're welcome.
Quick little sidebar.
Yep.
To all his old fucking teammates. Fuck you.
Yeah, he's with the big dogs now.
Alright, so we're gonna sign off then.
Yes, indeed.
Your boy John here.
It's your boy Shiloh.
Boy, Matt.
Your boy, Mr. Smoothie. A wink wink.
Thank you. And as always, be safe. Thank you for rocking with us, viewers, and God bless you. Love you.